Hey guys, this is sagevalentine, and this is my review of The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode number 10, entitled Them. Now, I assumed that this episode was going to be a filler. I figured there was going to be a whole lot of talking and not too much going on, but that ending surprised me, and all I can say is shoot him now. Why is he clean? Why does he know Rick's name? What is going on? Was he the one that put the food in or the water in the middle of the road? How long has this dude been following them? I don't like it. I don't like this at all. And I'm even angrier that we have to wait another week to find out who this Aaron guy really is. He could be a combination of characters, or he could just be one specific character they made for this season, because you know they're known to do that. I just don't like him at all. Now, during this episode, Maggie and Sasha and Daryl are all suffering. They're pretty much on edge, and each is on edge in their own way. Now, you have Daryl, who's trying to be Mr. Tough Guy. He keeps going off kind of to sit by himself. The show basically opened with Maggie sitting there just looking like she was about to cry. Sasha just has this quintessential look on her face throughout the entire episode. If you're not familiar with it, it's a look that a lot of just like black women get when they're just out of it. They're just done with this. I've had about enough of this. That face. It's just like the face like that. But Maggie, like I said, pretty hopeless, pretty empty. Daryl just keeps disappearing, to be by himself. And then we get that scene when Daryl's just in tears, crying. I hate it. I hate it when Daryl cries. Because when he cries, he doesn't just cry. He sobs and boo-hoos. And I just don't like it. And I don't know, maybe it's me, but when he came back to the group and everything, I think Rick could tell that, like, maybe he was having his own little manly cry. But because him and Daryl are pretty close, so maybe he could tell, but he didn't make a big deal out of it. All right. Sasha, on the other hand, is just angry. I'm not going to call her the angry black woman because she's not, but she's just mad. She is completely pissed, I guess, that she lost her boyfriend, and turn around, she lost her brother, and she's got to look this kid in the face who she's kind of pissed at, just like most of the fandom is pissed at Noah. Nobody really likes Noah right now at this point. There are some who are Team Noah on Tumblr and everything, but for the most part, nobody really likes Noah. So at the end, when Sasha finished going, like, crazy on all those walkers and that little herd, despite what Michonne was telling her, like, you need to calm down, we haven't eaten, really I don't have that much water, like, take it down a notch. And when she cuts Abraham by accident, that's when she finally calms down, and she kind of looks at Michonne, and Michonne kind of looks at her like, I told you, and she looks at her like, don't say anything. Like, I was there with her on that one. I was cracking up. What I don't like is how Michonne, once again, is the voice of reason. Robert Kirkman, I swear he is testing me and all the other Michonne fans this season. Don't even get me started with this almost getting Daryl, like, hurt thing. Like, no, leave the characters alone. Give me an episode or two just to breathe. Tyrese just died. Let me breathe. I just don't want Michonne at this point to be killed off. If she is, I'm going to be angrier than those Bethel fans that sent all of those spoons to AMC. I'm serious. I'm really... I've been saying this a while in all of my reviews, but somebody's watching the group, somebody's following the group. I've been saying that actually since I started watching Walking Dead, like, somebody is following them, and it has now come true because Aaron just pops up out of nowhere. And when the group found that water, even before they made it to the barn and everything, and, like, there's that sign that said from a friend, I wouldn't have touched the water. So, and then, of course, Eugene, being the fool that he is, goes and he picks up the water. And part of me wanted him to drink it just because I'm still mad at him for lying about DC. But the other half of me was just like, okay, good. I'm glad that Abraham knocked that bottle of water out of his hands. Because clearly Eugene is just not cut out for this at all. Noah's not cut out for this, but Eugene isn't either. But I could see Eugene lasting longer than Noah, though, unfortunately. God knows what that liquid was in that bottle anyway. It could have been like arsenic. It could have been anything. It just reminds me of that movie with Lacey Chabert from Party of Five. They're in the desert. They drink that water. The water turns out to be like transmission fluid or something. And the rest of the people die and she lives because she's pregnant. It was a really crazy movie. Now, as for that storm, to get back to the topic, that storm that was like pushing the doors and like banging the doors around, that, to me, I don't know, I got vibes of a tornado, although it could have been a hurricane, though, because you could say I did kind of experience Hurricane Sandy 3 years ago. Maybe I wasn't, like, down the shore, but all that banging around and stuff and the whipping winds, that sounded like a hurricane or a tornado. Whatever it was, it tore the hell out of that forest outside of that barn. And those walkers were just messed up. But I thought it was really, really cool how, like, one by one the group came together as the doors were, like, banging that before the storm, like, as the storm was hitting. And you could see the million zombie march coming towards the barn. And, like, you could see, like, Daryl trying to hold the doors. He couldn't. And here comes Maggie. Then the whole group came together and they put little Judith down. I'm like, I mean, what can little Judith do anyway? And they put her down. And then they're all holding it for dear life. And I like that shot, how it kind of like whipped around a little bit. And then they just all woke up. That was pretty cool. And like another thing about Sasha too, I thought was funny in this episode was when like it started raining. And Sasha made this face. Like that's how I feel every time it rains. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Especially when you don't have an umbrella. I'm just like, what else could happen basically? I'm also glad during this episode and this part of the season that we are able to see the group a little emaciated, tired, less glamorized. I mean, they look like real people now. Not that they didn't look like real people before, but like the manicures and, you know, the hairlessness and I mean, they look dirty, but they didn't look that dirty. Like, I'm just glad that things are, you know, starting to look more realistic. That whole speech that Rick gives to the group about how they have to see themselves as the Walking Dead and get up and just keep on going, I thought that was pretty cool. We are kind of back, I guess, to a Rick-tatorship, and I'm fine with it, especially after what happened at Terminus. Hey, they can do what they want. But that scene with Sasha and Maggie and how it was really cute. Daryl was in it too. How I forgot who. I think it was Carl found that music box and gave it to Maggie. Somehow Daryl got it. He realized there was dirt in the gears, and that's why the little ballerina didn't spin, so he cleaned it out, which I thought was sweet, because Daryl is always like Mr. Badass, but he does do a lot of sweet things, and I love him for it. He cleaned out the dirt, and then, like, Sasha and I think Maggie went over to Sasha. They were talking. They were watching the sunrise. And they're trying to turn the little gears, and the little thing still is not spinning. So it was pretty funny when Aaron just appeared out of nowhere looking like Mr. LL Bean, Mr. J. Crew, Mr. Banana Republic, clean as a whistle. And all of a sudden that thing starts playing. I was like, timing. I'm loving the timing. So I did like this episode, and as I said before, it did seem like a filler episode, but that ending made it for me. And I'm glad that we really didn't cry too much in this episode, although I was sad. There were a lot of feels in it. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I had to do it after watching. I couldn't even wait. I know I have the hood on, the hoodie thing going on, but yeah. So anyway, guys, you all take care. Sage Valentine. Check out my Twitter and Google Plus Sage Valentine. Don't forget to rate this video, comment, and subscribe to my brand of crazy. I love you all. Have a great night. Episode 11 is going to be crazy, and I can't wait. Bye, guys. Bye.